It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Hey, look, boys and girls, over there, it's Molly Van Horn. And if she's here this morning, that must mean it's time for another Learning Tree Homeschool Fellowship presentation. Your musical, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us today.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. We've got some of the students with us this morning. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. So the play is Axe, A City Rising?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So give me the details here. When does it get staged?
So it's going to be this weekend, Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. at Saving Grace Church, 921 Hospital Road here in Indiana. Mm-hmm. And it is the account of the early church. So how it started, the Christian church, I should say. So how it began and how it was persecuted for its belief, but then continued despite all the hardships that were suffered.
Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful story, too. Yes. You can go so many different directions with that, can't you?
Yes.
So who put it together? Who wrote this?
It is written by Dave and Kathy Mays. They're with Christian Theater Productions out of Maryland. And they wrote it and performed it at their church many years ago, but they licensed it and actually it's performed all over the world. So we're very fortunate to have made connections with them. But yeah.
How big is our cast here?
Our cast is 26 students. That's with cast and crew. So it's really fun because our productions are student-led. Our director this year is actually Danielle Parks. I'm just an assistant director. And Rebecca Rummel is our music director, which is Stella's mother. They're both extremely talented, and they've done an amazing job just bringing this to life on the stage.
Wonderful. Well, let's meet some of the cast members who are here with us today. One by one, come on up and visit with us. Everybody looked at you.
I know, right?
So it has to be you first.
I guess.
You are?
I'm Stella Rummel.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a senior this year.
You're a
12th grade.
senior. So what is your role in Axe?
I play Petua, who is the wife of Peter, who is one of the disciples of Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know if, Molly, if you said this or not, but you probably did. This is a musical.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about the music in this particular performance.
It's got some really fun music. There's a lot of range. We have some really fun, upbeat tunes, and then a lot of serious and somber ones, and some really powerful numbers, too.
So what sort of a role does Peter's wife play in this play?
She's not in the Bible necessarily. We do know Peter had a wife, but so there's a lot of area to kind of develop the character. I've been kind of playing her as a very compassionate and kind woman who just has a heart for the Lord.
And an impetuous husband. Peter would be a handful, wouldn't he?
I guess.
Yeah.
We have our Peter here.
We do?
Yes, we do.
Come on up here, Peter.
Yeah,
What a role that is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Sean Parks.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th grade.
You're in 9th grade.
Yeah.
So when you took on the role of Peter, I'm sure you knew much about Peter, but bringing what you knew into this role, how much fun was that?
It was pretty cool. I've always liked Peter. I could always relate to Peter a lot in the Bible. He's never just a perfect person. But yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about the music that Peter gets to perform.
He has a lot of cool songs. He has a wide variety of what he gets to sing. He has a couple fun songs. He has a couple serious, more sad songs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To sing a lot, which is fun.
If there's a Peter, is there a John in this play too?
There is a John.
I would assume
here.
You don't typically have Peter without John,
right?
When you're talking,
right. Yeah.
He's not here today.
He isn't here today. No.
So, how long have you guys been in rehearsal?
January.
Since January.
Yeah.
You're ready, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I think we're pretty prepared.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Great. Let's get somebody else up here to visit with us this morning. You are
I'm Maya Parks.
And you're smiling all the time. My
Yeah.
goodness. Ever since you came in fact, I was watching coming across the street. You were smiling the whole way across the street.
Yes.
Who do you play?
So I'm playing the part of a thorn, and there's 3 of us this year that are playing thorns. And our characters are kind of like the voices in your head. So I think a good way to describe us is some of the lines that we have to say in the show to kind of show who we are and introduce ourselves. We kind of say, so we're the thorns in your flesh, the unseen forces of darkness, the hidden passions inside you, the distractions, the temptations, and we are the constant reminder of your inescapable, deeply rooted corruptions. And so I think our goal is to try to stop the early church from succeeding. So it's been a really fun part to play. It's definitely different from any other part that I've played in the past, but it's been pretty great and a
What
lot of
grade
fun.
are you in?
I'm a senior too.
You're a senior this
yeah,
year.
so I'm really excited.
Yeah,
to
I can
perform.
tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're having fun with it too, huh?
So much fun. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's meet somebody else. Come on up. Hi.
Hello.
You are,
I am Addison Van Horn.
and in what grade are you?
I'm in 9th grade.
You're in 9th grade, and what do you play?
So I play the part of Rhoda. She's one of the disciples. She's a bit on the younger side, so I'd say 15, 16 maybe. Mm-hmm. She's a fun character to play. She has a lot of funny lines and can be one of the more comedic of the group.
So you're the relief for us, and
Maybe.
when things get a little too serious, then your character steps up, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Tell me about who you sing, some of the music that you sing, and who you sing with.
Yeah, so I sing in a lot of the group numbers. I dance a lot in the songs too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
She's also one of our lead choreographers this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that sounds like fun too, huh?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
There were a lot of songs this year. I think there were 10 songs to 12 songs to choreograph this year.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are very large group numbers.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting for me is the fact that, Popular Image, a lot of long flowing robes and types of things.
oh yeah.
From a choreography standpoint, how challenging is that?
It was actually really fun this year. We got to have a large use of props in some of our dances.
Mm-hmm.
So in one of our dances, we have long flowy sashes to use for our dances, and yeah.
Putting it together sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Well, terrific. Hey, good to meet you. Good to meet you. Come on up. You are.
I'm Oliver Fertushnik.
And who do you play?
I have 3 roles in the musical, but my main one is the character of Stephen in the Bible.
So the Stephen character actually exits kind of early.
Yeah, so Stephen is the first Christian martyr. And so I do get stoned on stage, which is definitely it's interesting experience. I think the other cast members might enjoy it more than I do.
Yeah, if there were real stones. That would be a really, really emotional time, though, in the play.
It is. It's near the end of our first act, and it ends with a big song. And it's a really emotional, I think, a really powerful scene.
Yeah. What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
You're in 11th? Molly's coming
Oliver
in.
is also our costume designer.
Oh, yeah? You did costume design, too?
Yeah, so this is my second year of doing the costumes for this musical. It was really fun. I actually started figuring out what the costumes would be back in October. We decided on an academia kind of style, combining it with some more traditional kind of items that you would see back in biblical times. And we've been just working and figuring out how we can make sure that certain outfits fit different characters. So it's been a challenge, but also really fun.
Tell me about the other 2 roles that you play.
Yeah, so I play the character of Ananias in the Bible, who also actually dies. Who gets, I believe, struck down by the Lord.
Yeah, that's a whole different type of death that he suffers.
Yes.
Yeah. And the third character.
And the third one is the character of Mark.
You make it all the way through with that one.
I do. I make it completely all the way through.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And then off you go on your missionary journeys.
Yes.
Oh, well, wonderful. Hey, good to talk with you again. I remember you from last year as well.
Good to talk with you too.
Okay, come on up. Come visit with us. You're next. She looked like she wasn't expecting that. Good morning. Who are you?
I play the part of a widow and slave girl,
Uh-huh. And what's your name?
Reagan.
It's good to meet you. What grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
You're in 7th grade. You said a widow and a slave girl.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So tell me about those roles. Tell me about the widow first.
So the widow, she like really wants food inside of her part. So she just like
So
I'm in one scene with her.
She's a starving widow who needs to have the help
Yeah.
of the church.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other one was a slave girl?
Yes. She's possessed by a thorn,
Uh-huh.
and she like gets saved, and then she's just like praising and stuff. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good thing to be doing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And Reagan is our stage manager this year.
Oh, yeah.
She has taken on a very large role for someone in 7th grade. So
Yeah.
it's,
Well, hey, congratulations on that. That's that's the traffic cop of the whole thing. You have to tell this. You don't go. You go. You come through. You come over here. All of those different things. You having fun with it?
Yes.
Good. That's terrific. Good. Let's meet somebody else. Come on up and visit with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are,
My name is Kaylee Jones.
and you play.
I have a couple roles, but my main role is Lydia. She has a really small appearance in the Bible. It's only like a couple verses, but it's in Acts chapter 16. And she is a businesswoman, which was not something that I would expect to hear about a woman in biblical times, because they weren't viewed as highly. And so I think it was really cool to get to play this role, because I think that she would just have a certain boldness about her, especially like knowing that she made it through the cultural view of
Yeah.
women.
Yeah. Well, that's not common at all in that day
Yeah.
and age. What's the second role?
Let me think. I have a widow also. I have a large ensemble role, and I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Good to meet you. What grade are you in?
I am in 11th grade.
You're in 11th grade.
Mhm.
All right. Well, very good to have you in the studio with
Yeah,
us
thank
this
you.
morning. We have one more who has not been on with us. Come on up. Good morning.
Good morning.
You can actually pull that up a little bit if you'd like to do that, so you don't have to lean over like that. You are,
I am Saul/Paul.
and in real life you are.
I am. Oh, I'm sorry. I am Brendan Huff.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
Okay, so do you actually have to fall off a horse?
Actually, that's a good question. See, we don't have horses. We wanted the horses, but the directors kind of vetoed that. Yeah.
Well, that's okay as long as they don't make you fall off a stick horse, because
Yeah. Well, actually, we were also considering stick horses, but they also vetoed that.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah. It's
but what a role, huh?
yeah.
My goodness gracious, the role of Saul/Paul is a key one in all of the Bible, and so that's a big role to take on.
Yes, it is. But
Yeah.
I've had lots of help from the rest of the cast.
With the varied life that Paul had, you really have to focus in upon one or two aspects when you're in the Book of Acts. So what really happens with Paul in the play itself?
So most of the first act is kind of talking about Saul's persecution and aid in the persecution of the church. And then right before intermission, we kind of get to see the Lord, show up in Saul's life and change his heart.
Yeah.
Then the second act is, as it tells the story of the growth of the church, it's also kind of showing how the Lord uses Paul and how it grows him, which I think is
really cool to experience being able to be be that actor, because I kind of have to conform to the script and to the characters around me, and so it's cool to see how they help my character develop.
Yeah, it is truly transformative.
Yes, it is.
Which is what Paul's life was all about. Wonderful. Well, hey, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Good to meet all of you, and thank you for coming in. Molly, if you could come back up and give us the show dates and times again and ticket information.
Yes, admission is free, so you can just come. Our shows are this weekend, Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. at Saving Grace Church, and that's at 921 Hospital Road here in Indiana. And we would love to see you there.
Wonderful. Hey, thanks for bringing them in.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Josh in the newsroom, he's on the way. Right now, it's the CBS Sports Minute brought to you by S&T Bank, People Forward Banking.